If you're looking for any more information about the tournament or any TVC coverage, our website is the cure to your playoff fever. Keep it locked at web.org/heroes for video recaps of every TVC postseason contest, along with updated brackets, the latest playoff scores, feature content, and much more. Also, be sure to check out our 2010 All-Hero team featuring the best talent from the TVC. But with all the weather issues we had last week, Federal Hocking and Trimble still have some business to take care of in the regular season. For more on this TVC matchup, let's go out to Gloucester with Matt Archibald and Adam Flango. Take it away, fellas.
Thanks, Rob. This was a wild one, a real barn burner here down in the dungeon in Gloucester. We're going to pick it up here, and with 1 minute left to go in the game. We started off with Charles Kish getting fouled by Tyler Thompson, the deadly long-range shooter, Matt, for Federal Hocking, and he makes 1 of 2, and then all heck kind of breaks loose.
Yeah, that's right. And the thing about that, he only makes 1 of 2. It's 38-36 now instead of it possibly being 39-36. So Federal Hocking only needs a 2 instead of a 3 to tie this ball game, and they get that 2. Ryan Rex gets a nice feed from Tyler Thompson, ties the game at 38 with 38 seconds left.
And then there's a huge steal again. Trimble, not exactly the best ball handling team in the league, and they really needed to keep their team composed. Didn't do so with the Dwayne Clark getting that huge steal and Tyler Thompson putting it in.
He gets a steal in the start of the game again. Thompson finishes with 19 seconds left. Now the time's winding down. They're up 40-38. And then your boy.
Absolutely. Noah Guthrie, once again, the big fundamental of the TVC. He throws it in for 2 and then ties the game up and then
from there, I don't think anyone could have predicted what was going to happen. No. Tyler Thompson drives to the lane, or actually gets a rebound under 3 trees, goes up and gets fouled. That puts Trimble in the bonus. So 2 shots coming to Thompson. He misses the first, and this gym is the loudest I've ever seen a high school
Absolutely.
gym.
Everybody was crazy.
I mean, everyone was holding their breath, not sure if he's going to make it or not. Drains the second, and everyone thought the game was over because there was no time on the clock remaining on the scoreboard before the first shot, and then they put a second on after the first shot, going into the second shot. And I think that kind of snuck by a lot of the Fed Hoc players.
It did, and then it really came back to bite him because then Thompson makes the second free throw, and his team, the bench erupts. Players pouring out onto the floor. You can't do that with 1 second left on the game, and the team gets called for a technical foul.
Yeah, they get the bench violation, technical foul, sending Trimble to line now with no time left. I mean,
Tyler Davis, he has to come up big. Not exactly the biggest contributor, but a solid free throw shooter for Coach Moore's Trimble team.
He makes the first, and now you think, oh my God, is Trimble going to turn the tide here?
I know.
After looking like they were down and out, win this ball game?
And then he goes, okay, of course, and bricks the second free throw. What more would you expect from this game?
You knew this game couldn't end at the end of regulation.
Oh, no, that would be way too easy.
So they go into overtime. Kind of deflated, Federal Hocking thought they had a game won, and not only deflated, Chris Saylor's fouled out of the game, and Evan McCune has 4 fouls. How's he supposed to body up Guthrie with 4 fouls?
You can't body up Guthrie. Guthrie was a man all game, scoring 28 points. And whenever your biggest guy is out for the game, and your other big guy, like you said, has to play cautiously with 4 fouls, you can't contain Guthrie playing passively.
Yeah, and he went off in overtime with 8 points.
Absolutely.
He was the man. It kind of became a Guthrie versus Thompson show. We're going to pick it up now in overtime. It was back and forth. I don't know how many lead changes there were, maybe
6
half
or 7?
a dozen. Yeah. So we pick it up. Tyler Thompson comes in, hits a floater, just a beautiful one-hand high, swishes, 6 seconds left. They're up 52-51.
I know, and then Trimble, Coach Moore calls a timeout, tries to get his guys composed. They're not used to these types of situations late in the game. And then, of course, Federal Hocking comes out.
Deja vu, really. Trimble gets the ball, they inbound it, kind of sitting out by the three-point line, drives in as time's expiring, and what happens?
Exactly. Chuck Love, gotta love that name. He gets fouled, goes to the line.
With how much time left?
1 second, of course.
1 second.
Truly, just like the regular end of regulation. Chuck Love goes ahead and makes the first free throw, and just to actually make this game a little bit normal for us, hits the second free throw, putting Trimble up by 1. And ended up winning the game. They missed Federal Hocking missed a
three-quarter prayer shot. But
so Matt, what did you like from this game? What's not to like, really?
I mean, this game was the most entertaining you're ever going to see this season. I had a blast. But you look at this game, you gotta like the type of atmosphere it was, because it was essentially a playoff atmosphere. They're going back and forth, close game the whole way. Federal Hockey comes back. They were down 8 going into halftime, open up the third quarter with an 8-0 run. So that shows the composure and the determination of this team. And that's what you need. The regular season's winding down. You want to have that heading into the postseason. Exactly. How about for Trimble?
You know, you touched on it, an electric atmosphere here in Trimble. There really was a contrasting style of play that you noticed, especially in the second half. Tyler Thompson was heating up from long range, draining threes from all courts. He was practically at half court hitting 3-point shots. And then Noah Guthrie just pounding the ball, a broken record, pounding the ball. Noah Guthrie getting him down there. And by the end of the overtime period, they were triple teaming Noah Guthrie so as to not let him get off another shot near the basket.
Yeah. And you mentioned Tyler Thompson. He led the team again with 23 points, but I've been saying it all season, they need that secondary score, and they got it tonight. Ryan Rex played phenomenal. He was pulling lefty scoops off their boxing out his man. It was very impressive. He was running nice cuts. He was getting good quality shots inside, getting rebounds. And then Chris Saylor, this guy, he's an ogre down there. He looks like he's 7 feet tall, towers over people. He had a block party tonight, 6 blocks, 10 boards. That's what they need him for. He made a shot deep from the elbow.
Exactly.
Not really his range. You like to see that it goes in, but they need him down low, rebounding and getting blocks, and he did that tonight. And that's a big step forward. That's a big confidence booster for him. And you like that heading into this postseason that's coming up.
And as for this is the send-off for the Trimble guys. There's a group of 4 seniors here that really were the heart and soul kind of the team. Noah Guthrie, yeah, he put up all the points and put up big numbers, but Zach Smith, Chuck Love, Richard Drake, Charles Kish all made huge contributions. Charles Kish hitting the big free throw we talked about at the beginning of the segment, and then also hitting free throws as part of Trimble's 13 out of 16 to end the game on the line. Richard Drake playing a heck of a defensive effort on Tyler Thompson throughout the game. And Chuck Love, we talked about him hitting that last shot, hitting the free throws to win the game. And Zach Smith, he's the little engine that could down there, maintaining the pace of the game for the Tomcats.
That's right. Rob, I don't know where, we tried to cover this game. There's 30 more minutes we could talk about this. This segment isn't enough to cover it. We tried to do our best to hit the high points. The regular season's winding down, and Trimble and Fedhawk played what seemed to be a playoff game. Trimble comes out on top tonight, 53-52, but you got to like what you saw from both teams. A lot of heart, a lot of desire heading into this postseason. Rob, take it away in the studio.
It was only fitting that TVC Hawking was decided in the final weeks of the regular season. Eastern ousted Southern for the second time this year to claim the title and an undefeated conference record. Southern stormed over Trimble twice, proving they were indeed the second best team in the league, and Fedhawk stepped out of conference and took down Alexander as the Lancers continue to look like a dangerous team in the playoffs. But despite the 2 losses to Southern this week, Trimble's solid earlier part of the season earned them a 4th seed in the Division IV bracket and to take on Sims Valley. But with 7'6" stud like Noah Guthrie, anything is possible as the Tomcats transition into survive and advance mode. If we're talking Trimble playoffs, you've got to talk with Carter Rodriguez and Carter. This is a typical 4-5 matchup. It's a coin flip. It may come down to last possession. What's it going to take for the Tomcats to win?
All right, well, it's a little bit of a deceptive matchup. I talked to Coach Jeremy Fuller, and on paper it looks like Sims Valley, they should roll. They're 11-5, and when they played Eastern earlier in the year, they only lost by 1. Trimble lost by 28 to Eastern. And also, they have a bona fide scorer in Chris Tibbs. Scores 16 points a game and just recently scored his 1,000th career point for Sims Valley. However, if you're a Trimble fan, you shouldn't be too worried. They're a very small team. They don't have anyone in their core that's over 6'3", and Noah Guthrie, 6'7", it's going to be like Wilt Chamberlain down there. He's going to dominate. And, they're not a great offensive team. They focus on defense, so if Trimble can play tough defense and funnel to Noah Guthrie down low, they really can come in and steal this one from Sims Valley.
And if there's anything in the playoffs that that teams can take advantage of, it's really going to come down to who can exploit those matchups. And Trimble certainly looks like they've got that dialed in. Well, that's all the show we've got for you this week. Keep it locked to WOUB.org/heroes for all of your TVC basketball coverage. Video highlights and analysis are available to you as the road to the convo continues. But until next time, be heroic.